Kai King-Yun is a young apprentice to an archaeology expert, dreaming of uncovering the truth behind his father's death. Many years ago, his father joined an expedition to a lost tomb, hoping to find a cure for a plague, but he never returned. Now, another team, organized by foreigners, is preparing to enter that very tomb, led by another survivor of that ill-fated expedition, Zhang Ba. Qing-Yun decides to go with them. A lot of water has flowed under the bridge since the first Chinese tomb raiding movies and series saw the light of day. Yet, this trend stubbornly refuses to die, even though it hasn't just been exhausted, but has honestly had its bottom scraped clean. Even established franchises have stopped attracting viewers, but a few brave souls still keep banging their heads against a brick wall, apparently hoping for a miracle because the quality of such projects is steadily declining. The creators cut corners on sets, props, CGI, and action sequences. Had Guardian of Graveyard been released 5 years earlier when the Mojin franchise was pumping out reasonably decent films almost every month, it would have looked downright pathetic. But by 2025, the bar has dropped significantly, and by today's standards, it's certainly no swan, but it's not a complete ugly duckling either. At the very least, its awful CGI and cliched plot are partially compensated by somewhat fresh adventures and silly yet memorable underground traps, like steps at the bottom of a well that retract into the wall over time, or an invisible bridge across a chasm, rendered with amateur-level CGI. Following the good tradition of Chinese online movies, Guardian of Graveyard is compact and fast-paced. The creators don't try to pose as proper screenwriters and make an effort not to drag out the dialogues. It's clear that the film was further condensed and sped up during post-production. Technically, the sound mixing is poor, and the lines dubbed in later to quickly explain something are noticeably different in sound quality. Apparently for the same reason, we get voiceovers of some characters' thoughts. In any case, Guardian of Graveyard is a classic example of necessity is the mother of invention, and it makes sense to view the film from this perspective. The team wasn't trying to salvage a doomed super project, but was attempting to whip a fundamentally expired product into something remotely passable. To this end, they seemingly brought in Hein Dong for the lead role, a well-known and popular actor who, of course, doesn't deliver anything extraordinary here, but simply trades on his looks. Still, his presence at least justifies the project's very existence. Without a doubt, Guardian of Graveyard is not a film you need to seek out. But if, by the will of fate, you find yourself in front of a screen and can't find the remote to turn it off, you can get through this viewing relatively painlessly. It's not talentless trash, but rather a simple, low-budget specimen of an exhausted trend that was long overdue to fade into the past.